Yeah, let's talk it all again. Mask off.
This is the real
Podcast. Mask off.
This is the real
Podcast. Mask off.
This is the real
Podcast.
Gotta
Mask
have a
off.
bobblehead.
This is the
Bobblehead.
What's going on, everybody?
What's the deal, everybody?
Welcome to In the Lab with D.
We are.
You thought I was going left. I went right.
Yeah, you went all the way right with it, and I just like the way you did that. This is another episode of In the Lab with the two best motherfucking hosts in the country, in your state, in your city.
We're just freestyling.
It's your boy, Austin Bacon Sr. and
High flying.
Yee.
Rootin' tootin'.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait. And I am Alex Foot.
Putin and Scootin'.
Putin and Scootin'.
Jootin' and Dootin'. Snoogin' and Snarkin', Sniggin' and Farkin' and Parvin', Meldown and Darkin', and all this jargon.
All right. We're here today to tackle a topic. Right? We tackling a topic?
Yeah, you know what topic we're tackling?
No. Do you?
I know what tackling we're tackling.
You know what tackle we're tickling?
I know what tickling we're tackling.
You know who we're tickling and tackling?
I know what
Who
we
we gonna
tackling.
tickle and who we
I
tackling.
know
That's what we're
exactly.
talking about today.
Today we're talking
Tomorrow
about
we're going to
tickles
tickle.
and tackle.
Today we're going to tackle.
Yes. So this is how we're gonna tackle this. We're gonna tackle the what's that called? The N-word. The N-word story game there.
The N-word.
Sorry. God damn.
See, when we're in the lab, we do whatever we want.
Uh-huh.
There's no structure.
Yeah.
We're just freestyling.
It definitely at the lab.
But we do want to kind of talk about something serious, too.
For
And
real.
Austin's right. We wanted to talk about the N-word
The N-word.
and how it is in society.
Uh-huh.
And maybe we have a little different feeling and breakdown of it.
Yeah, real talk. And I ain't gonna lie to you, this is definitely something that it's interesting for both of us to talk about because we both are two individuals with two different cultural backgrounds as far as the race situation.
Age of time.
Yeah, age of time, yeah. You know, but we all came up with similar understanding. So first thing first, with the N-word, people gotta understand there's four narratives.
Okay.
Four narratives to how we can say what the N-word is
The
demonstration.
originating, are you talking like originating of it or?
No, I'm talking just based off of the types of the N-word, like the history, the racial background of it.
Okay.
You know, how another word is like, let me see, probably going back too far in my notes. Hold on. I got this, here in my notes real quick. Cause I kind of like broke down like the four different ways of the whole understanding of the word nigger and all those other,
A breakdown of the ER and A version and things.
the understanding and where we can go. So it's like number one will be the historical racial trauma version, right?
Okay.
Which is basically like white supremacy weapon or origin dehumanization.
So it's a weaponization of the word, probably with the harder ER version that you would
Yeah.
hear in maybe that Klan style.
Exactly.
Not a term of endearment in that meaning.
Exactly. And then like the cultural reclaimment version. That's the
Mhm.
one where we took the word and made the word ours. You know.
Took out the ER and added an A.
Hey, yeah. You know, and then there's the structural illusion version where people pretending that the words are equal while ignoring power in the history of it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, say that again.
It's people pretending that the words are equal while ignoring power and history. You know what I'm saying? The people that say, oh shit.
Both versions would be equal, depending on which way you lean.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
And then we got the outside consumer version, the non-black cultural adopting the word through music, media, internet, humor, but without history.
So like little white boys out there saying it, or rappers,
or
something.
Asians,
little Asians, like different Latinos, right?
Yeah,
you have Northerns and Southerns.
yeah.
They also chop it up either with black people or don't, right?
Exactly.
True.
That's exactly right.
All right.
Yeah. So yeah, that's just basically what if you know, talking about it from that standpoint, and us both being of opposite colors to get a broader perspective of it, and even down to the fact where the people ask the question of, as some white people may ask, well, if they say it, why can't I? You know?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I hate that. I hate that version. You know, I hate that version.
Oh yeah.
I hate that version because it does seem like then you do want to say it.
Yeah, you want to say it.
And like me and you say before, you could say the word all day long.
Yeah,
you could say it anytime, anywhere, any place.
Ain't that what they said on that interview? He was like, no, go ahead.
Yeah,
say it.
I'll say it with you.
I'll say it with you. Say it.
It doesn't make it any better. If you say it with me, it doesn't make it any better.
It ain't going to make it no better. So say it.
No.
Go ahead and say it.
And then I think that that's weird to think that a word has been taken away from you when actuality, and then and some people might even try to tie it to free speech, but actuality in everyday life, you do not have freedom of free speech.
You don't.
Without consequences.
You don't.
You do not have freedom of free actions.
You don't.
Without consequences.
You don't.
You can do it. You can do and say
whatever you want. But there's consequence.
But there will be consequences.
Yes, there will be.
So those 4 versions you say don't come with anything positive that you mentioned.
Right.
They're all negative based.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So to me, whether it's that or like I said to you before, let's change it to fucker.
Fucker.
You know?
Like we say on Friday.
I love you little fuckers.
I love
you little fuckers. I hate this motherfucker.
This motherfucker.
You know what I mean? It's still a word rooted in evil. No matter how any way you twist it, turn it and say it and adopt it, it's still a word rooted in negativity.
Exactly.
And keeps being bred into negativity. So tell me, if you use that word negatively, like how could you even use it positively, right?
You can't. They try to, but it's even still, you can't, because you can't have it for both. You know what I'm saying? You can't have it like mean 2 different things in the same thing. That's the confusing part of it. You know what I mean? And that whole understanding, I get where you say you try to claim it back, but it sounds like you more so just owned the fact. And I'm a product of it too, because I say the word like a motherfucker too. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a part of my environment, the way of my community, where we grew up. But I still recognize there was a negative coming from it. It was like, no, this ain't something that, you know, once I got a little bit older and got a little bit more of an understanding, I seen why the older brothers was like, man, y'all shouldn't be saying that word, you know.
So you did have that around you,
yeah,
where the older cats would think, because I had it around me,
yeah,
older black guys I knew that wouldn't say that, and
yeah,
and not only they wouldn't, you know, want me saying it, but they wouldn't even want a younger person, a younger black kid or girl to say it either. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because you understand the essence and the history of where it comes from. And for them, for them, in that time, like they grew up in the time where they maybe were kids when it was real bad. So they understand what that word really meant and what it would, you know, what it did.
What it came with.
Yeah.
Death.
So, exactly.
Destruction. Chaos.
So then why would you want to keep breeding that? But that's the way society is. Society constantly wants to keep pushing the narrative of destruction and division in the world. So the only way to keep that, where I always hint to that propaganda and everything that y'all always hear me say, that's what I'm always talking about, is that it's a design, a system to keep you poor, you know. If you stuck in your hamster wheel, stuck in the life distractions out there in the world based off of your environment and the understandings that you have, if this is all you know, this is all you'll be. But like some people feel as though like you take the trauma, instead of it ever being dealt with, you just accept it. So I made it mine. I took the vow out of it and made it my own, you know.
Or gave it
a different meaning.
Never ignorant, getting goals accomplished.
Yeah.
Adding what is that called? Acronym?
Yeah.
Something to it.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
is that then? So is it hard to?
Coffee was good. I'm sorry.
It's hard for me. It's hard for me to understand this. If you're somebody sitting and saying that you're a positive person and you want to live positively, and you want to live right, and maybe you want to watch what you intake, watch what you hear, watch what you say, watch what you see, you know, you speaking that word too.
It's keeping you shackled.
Right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And look, think about the people that use it or even thinking about using it on the regular. And I mean, I get it. Like, it's us in the urban communities. It's well more adapted to keep. It's that poor mentality. You know what I'm saying? The quote unquote lazy. You can't articulate or, you know, put together the words to be able to say a complete sentence. So you use substitute words that only people in your corners know what you actually saying, but sometimes they don't even know what you're saying. They just put a couple words together to get it.
You watch it.
No bells.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. Hey, our life still goes on outside of this podcast. That's what these people got to know. We got family outside of here. And, you know, when they come, they
barge in the studio. We need security here.
Yeah, we do.
So going back, can you say like Italian mob guys might say, forget about it, right? And when you watch Donnie Brasco, he's asking them, what does forget about it mean? Well, it can mean everything. You know what I mean? Is also that a word that can just mean everything and everything? Yeah. It's the adjective for almost anything and everything possibly.
Yeah, that's the lazy. And that's just not, not a shot nor disrespect. Like I said, I do it and say it too. So it's not like I'm saying this is a thing about what it is and I don't recognize it or use it too. I'm recognizing my flaw. That's how I'm able to fix it and work on it, you know, recognizing there's a problem there and trying to fix it accordingly in due time. But
then you're not making that word positive then either.
Yeah,
so like
you can't make it positive.
That's kind of where I'm getting to it. If I'm that type of person and you and I are getting into it and I want to spew that to you.
Yeah.
And then take that out. Now me and you are the same color. We're both black. And I'm mad at you. And I still spew that to you and you spew it back to me.
Yeah, it's the
you know what I mean?
Because the cause and effect of it, like the point of that word was supposed to demean or do whatever it was to like destroy you in the very beginning, essence of it. So when you use it, no matter how you use it, it's still being used to do what the objective of what it was created for. They say words are spells, so you still speaking that spell over. So like that's what I mean. Like it ain't no way of how you try to switch it. That's what I mean. Like you thought you took a word and owned it. Well, basically they just made you accept the word and adapt the word that they told you that you was, and you said it was true.
Yeah,
that's basically what it was.
So it's almost like I can find a piece of shit out on the ground, and no matter which way I spin it, twist it, you gold flake it, whatever,
you do whatever you want to. That's still a piece of shit, no matter however you get it, and that's the reality.
And it's not just that word. To me, it's the worst word in all history because of the history of it.
Especially with American history, because that's the big thing here. And then the people will say, oh well, there's nothing like what happened to the Jews or what happened to. Listen, it's like this is not a competition. And I think I said this before in a past episode where I said, man, it's like a lot of people feel like it's the time when somebody's discussing their problem to paint the picture about what their problem is too. And it's the wrong time. It's like, you just address the problem that's at hand at first. Don't bring up your problem. Let's get this problem done and then you yell yours.
Me and you don't do that. Yeah, you don't come to me and be like, oh man, my car broke down. I'm like, hey, my car broke down.
You know about water heater blew last night? Like, damn, motherfucker.
It's not a competition. You're right. You handle that issue at the time.
Yeah.
If we happen to be talking about anti-Semitism, that's what we're talking about.
Exactly.
And every Native Americans can feel the same way.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And depending on where you are in this world, a different race can feel that same way.
Exactly. The brown, the Latinos, how they get treated
Arabs. No, I'm just saying anyway.
I know. I'm just naming other cultures.
Exactly.
I'm agreeing with you. Yeah, that's the fact that like when people don't understand Well, racism in America is a big market. It's a big funding market that distracts everybody from
It loves to keep you separated.
Yeah, everything's a gang. Pay attention to your surroundings. I know people keep hearing me say this all the time because it's like, I get it, but I try to break it down to everybody else so everybody else can get it the way that I get it, right? And I'm not trying to tell you to take the perspective that I get. I just want you to see it from a different perspective. That's it. A lot of times we sit up here and we wonder why we constantly keep going through the same problem over and over again. It's just in a different time, right? It's because you never learned from that problem.
Exactly.
You allow it to continue to happen, and then you just, learn to cope with it till it becomes that you forget that it's even a problem. And then later on, that problem gets bigger and it rears its head again. And then you wonder why you're going through that problem again, and you keep facing that problem like it's a problem, not a lesson. And it keeps you going through that same vicious cycle. It's the moment when you recognize it and do something about it. Like, as long as you continue to just keep going with the motions, the world will do whatever it wants with you.
Mm-hmm.
There's nobody going. If you're rolling on autopilot, just go with the flow. You the one chose to go autopilot. Now, if you're a person that's trying to take control, meaning understanding that you don't really control this plane, like the pilot that's flying in this plane, he's preying on everything else that's supposed to work is working.
Yeah. Right.
So when you look at it that way, you got to understand that everything else has to work together in order for the objective to get done. So don't sit over there on that pilot. Don't get in that plane and just say, all based off my skills are fine. This plane is going to guarantee that I'm going to get this plane from one destination to the next.
Yeah.
This engine needs to work on both sides of that wing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everything needs to work.
It seems like, it comes with, it's an easy out as far as being mean too.
Yeah.
If you and I go at it and then I just say that word.
Yeah.
Whereas more than like if me and another guy go at it, there's going to be a lot of different words I'm going to say.
Yeah. Depending on the level of hurt.
So, yeah, and then that just goes to show the all-encompassing of it, of the negativity of it.
Yeah.
Just trying to say that one word.
Yeah, and it's the lazy. It's
lazy on both sides.
On both sides.
It is.
Yeah, and because, like, if we really think about it, it's all the shit that's worth doing is hard as hell to do. But most of the time, people don't want to put the work in. They want the instant gratification. That's why they are. It's so easy.
Me saying that is a good dagger to you.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm trying to hurry up.
Cut them quick.
Cut them quick and get this shit over with. Some lazy ass shit. Don't nobody want to go through the journey that it will take to de-escalate this situation. Right.
But it feels sometimes too like I see it or I hear it.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard white people say it in the mean ER way.
Mm-hmm.
And I've also heard it seems like sometimes just from like the outside looking in, sometimes when I hear black ladies say it too, describing, it seems so harsh on that man to me.
Yeah.
That's the
intention.
That's the intention. And that kind of bothers me because then it feels like, oh, they got to you and flipped you a little on that.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, you even using that for your own men as a negativity right now.
Yeah.
And that's a breakdown thing. That should not be.
But you got to think about it. That's where it goes back to where I say the whole programming. The programming is programmed for that to be what the essence of it is.
Sometimes we do not what we do.
Exactly. Based off of just the way that you was taught.
Yeah.
And you just you deliver, even if it's not like, nigga, what's good, my nigga? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You excited? That's my nigga right there. You know what I'm saying? It's still a chant, man. And a lot of people don't know that. You don't understand that.
And let's go back to this too. Not every black person says it either.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
You know what I mean?
I know a lot of them that don't. Like, I was in the penitentiary with motherfuckers.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
shit.
I don't want people to think that that's being put out there as that's just cliche.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it straight a buck with you. I was in the penitentiary for a minute. I didn't say the N-word. You know what I'm saying? It was more so I got back out here.
Would school young guy for saying.
Yeah, all right. The old school motherfuckers in there would say that shit like, yeah, little brother, y'all ain't gotta be saying all that and that shit. Y'all ain't gotta be keep saying that shit. Y'all just trying to keep y'all in them chains.
Yeah.
You know, and it made sense, but you ain't trying to hear that. You young, dumb, and irresponsible.
Sounds preachy.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't make sense because you can't even visualize how your words can shackle you because you're too young and wrapped up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Especially if you out here still moving around and operating in that bullshit. Like, you're a child still, that immature state. That's what I think the difference is between a man and a child. Is a man that still operates with this side of his emotion. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's the main thing I'll be looking at is like, it's just like we got a lot of things that we all do that keeps us chained in that cycle, right? Because it's all you know. That's those examples that is painted out to the poverty communities that you guys got to pay attention to. That these are the psychological things that are placed in front of you that keeps you trapped in that vicious cycle, and then they don't show you no other way.
Can I ask you this then?
Yeah, kick it to me.
It started making me think of labeling it and it just now being so acceptable, even as just 2 letters, YNs, and things like that now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's kind of fucked up then. That's already just putting that stigmata on you. What does that mean?
And it keeps it trendy too. That's what you understand. You notice how it's always trendy.
Yes.
Every single time, it's always the thing that you pay attention to the most. So when you see it from that perspective, that's when you got to realize it. But like, people are so caught up, like, this is what it's supposed to be, right? Like, you seeing like people getting killed, like blood, you know, literally on your mobile device, you can see it. That should paint you the picture and help you understand that, like, the world is desensitizing you. Once upon a time, there wasn't a thing that you only seen that shit in movies and you were scared because in a horror movie, somebody got hacked up in there. And even then, the blood didn't look real. But now you get to see murder in HD. You know what I'm saying? And you don't think twice about it. You watch the whole video. I literally seen a video where there was whatever those people were, they were with the mask on, they was beheading people. You feel me? So that's the thing that, like, people don't pay attention to the, like, stuff.
It's in music, it's in pop,
it's in everything.
It's in everything.
It's literally in everything. And then, like, think about it, the music, like, this young generation of music. That's one thing I noticed about this young generation music, from the YB and NEL Chopper and all of them and all that. Stitchion and Trippie Redd, all of them were suicidal, emotional, disruptive,
pill popping.
Yeah, like everything
that way. I don't like that either.
Yeah, you know. So it's like all of that was a thing. Like, you don't pay attention to this emotional, like, push right in your face. You know. I'll have no problem with the LBGTQWX, the letter communities. I'll have no problem with nobody. I'm just saying, as far as like it's just when it's overly pushed and things in your face, it's like it's an agenda.
That's what you say too. It's also said before, of a generation prior, of white dudes saying, I ain't got no problem with them, but I just don't need the black people pushed down my throat, or I don't need no Jewish people pushed down my throat. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like
it becomes this repetitive cycle
over and over
and we
again.
Keep breaking it more down. And
it don't. It's just everything should be just normal. Why do you have to explain it? That's the whole thing. That's the key thing. Well, if it's supposed to be normal, why do we have to continue to explain it?
What is normal then?
What is it?
Why even worry about that?
Exactly.
We should get rid of that word. That's the N word. We should get rid of.
Let's
stop using the normal. Stop using the new N word.
Exactly.
Yeah, it is. It's a hindrance.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, because it makes you describe like something else.
Basic, plain. You know what I mean, right? Like when you tell me it's normal, I don't think anything spectacular, nothing good about it.
Yeah,
I don't even think it doesn't even. You don't even grab my attention at that point.
Yeah, why do we have to individualize ourselves, separate ourselves? We just all people. You know what I'm saying? It's like, should it be that, like, what's the gain from that? That's what the understanding is. Like, why do we all feel like we got to be divided? It doesn't matter what you love or who you want to have sex with.
Something to add real quick.
Go ahead. Let's finish this up.
All right. I wanted to add something as far as like, to, it feels like we treat dogs, for example, better than we do our own selves.
We do.
You know, most people don't hate a dog because of its color. Most people don't hate a dog because of its size. Most people don't hate a dog because of its breed. Most people, even within a breed that's most hated, will find people that will say that breed is great.
Yeah.
And even a breed that's most loved will find people that don't like that breed. And it's all accepting.
Yeah.
There isn't somebody out there holding up signs, I hate shepherds. Shepherds. You know, poodles too.
I hate them all.
The poodles and the shepherds are running the yard.
Fuck those damn Rottweilers.
You know, and it just becomes so silly. And what's crazy is everybody listening deep down inside, we all want the one thing. We all want the same thing as far as our kids go. We want them to be raised better. We want them to be better. And you don't want them to go through the things that you went through. So when you can start to realize that and stop that cycle is when we're going to go further.
I don't want that. I don't want people to get it twisted. See, listen, you don't want your children to go through the things that you went through. And then what we got to understand is that your kids will never go through the things that you went through because they're not you. Right? Ding dong. And then when we wake up and realize that our children are only going to go through their life cycles the way they got to go through their life cycles, and our only mission is as parents is to teach them that, hey, you're going to go through some shit. You just want to be prepared, right? You don't want to look at the world through the lenses of somebody doing everything for you. You want to look at it through the lenses of surviving an understanding of what you desire living. Have an understanding of who you are before you get out here in this world, and the world try to tell you who you are, and then you try to act as a robot, and then you're miserable because the way the world tells you to act, you're gonna hate it. And then one day, hopefully, you wake up and you see this ain't who you meant to be, and you try to live the life and become the person that you were meant to be. And that's what myself and my brother over here doing with this show. We both have been caught up in our cycles of understanding too.
Well, you start to see it, right? You start to see the patterns unfold.
Yeah.
You know, and you start to see what's really not good for you.
Yeah.
You know, and then what's not good for you, what's not good for you can't change others, but you can definitely help guide your kids along, guide your family members along.
Absolutely.
You know, and just try to understand that, you know, what we're trying to realize too is we understand eating the bad foods for us is messing us up.
Yeah.
It's terrible, a terrible food that we get fed out here with our options.
Yeah.
We understand that the things we see sometimes can be messed up, you know, that everyday people shouldn't see.
Yeah.
And we have to understand too, like how they sucker you in visually through your phones and through the screen. You know, we have to understand that.
Yeah.
And then also too, we have to understand, like we said earlier, is the speaking of the words.
Yeah.
There's
Some
spells.
spells.
Spelling. It's called that for a reason.
For a reason.
And it's just something you guys can do whatever the hell you want to do. We're just here kicking it, having some thoughts, but I mean, it's something I think for all of us to think about, you know, leading our kids in a better future.
Yeah, you got to have a better self-awareness of your identity of who you were trying to be in this
you're
world.
not just a vague word, right?
Yeah.
That encompasses everything negative.
Yeah.
You're not a vague word that encompasses everything negative.
Exactly.
And that's the bottom line. You are you inside, something that burns bright.
Yeah, and be more careful of the words that we use out here. We got to be more conscious of...
Crotches.
Her mouth was dry smoking these doggone cigarettes. No, but realistically, we just do got to be a little bit more conscious and aware of the words and the root of them and what they were meant for in its conception, I guess, you know, or is that inception? Which one is it?
In the inception of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like we just got to be a little bit more conscious of how we move, y'all, and the words that we let come from our mouth, and have, like Alex always says, move with intention, you know?
Yeah.
That's what we just trying to push here, yo. We just really want y'all to have different perspectives from two different fathers that's been growing and learning in this world as well. We've made our mistakes and we still making mistakes to this day.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted. We don't get on this thing and act like we got it all together. We get on this thing and tell y'all like we learning as we going too.
Yeah.
Y'all just get to see it in 4K.
I could tell you a mistake right now.
What's that?
We forgot to tell them to do something.
Have an awesome day on purpose.
Not just that, you can say that later. But they gotta like, follow, share,
and
subscribe.
Yeah, and definitely comment.
Them comments.
Please, and engage with us. Talk to us, man. We
Tell
are
us
real
what
people.
you think about the I don't even like saying the N-word.
Nigga.
There you go. Tell them what you think about the
N-word.
That's even better.
You know what I'm saying?
It's messed up out here, man. This is, you guys, let's just love each other some more. I know it sounds corny, but let's just try to give each other some grace.
Why not be corny? What's wrong with corny, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. You're right.
Yeah, that's what they
But
think.
it ain't cool, right?
It ain't cool.
I gotta be cool.
Why ain't
I
it
gotta
cool?
be cool.
Gotta remember that we are what makes it cool.
Yeah.
The people out here, if you want to go out here and live in a world full of judgmental people where all of our religious believing people believe that we're not supposed to do in the first place, then stop judging people and just start loving people. It's a really good, and it's harder because you got to first learn to love yourself.
Yeah.
And that's the way you got to do.
Song.
Yeah.
Stop judging. Start loving.
You gotta love yourself. Gotta love yourself.
Stop judging.
Yeet.
Start loving.
Yeet. This is another episode of In the Lab with your boys,
Alex.
and I'm Austin.
This is the Real
Mask Off.
Podcast.
And you know what we always come here to do is show and spread a little love on you. Until the next time.
Peace.
It is.
What up, though, y'all? It's your boy Austin.
I'm Alex. You're tuned into the Real Mask Off Podcast, where real talk lives.
We built this brand from our story. 2 fathers with 5 kids. Each no silver spoon, just soul and hustle. Now it's stitched into every fabric of the legacy brand.
This ain't just merch. This is an identity. Father of 5, mother of 3, deep in the D. We make gear that reps you.
From varsity jackets to hoodies with the tally marks. Every piece of this legacy wear, this is the real one raising kings and queens.
So if you're about yours, hit that link in our bio or go to thelegacybrand.myshopify.com. Cop yours, rock it, and rap your story. The Legacy Brand. Unmask everything.
Oh, God.